California's Central Valley, home to some of the world's most productive farmland. It's also home to some of the greatest abuses of environmental law in the nation by regulators rather than those they regulate. It's a scenario experts say will only get worse under the EPA's Waters of the U.S. rule. The Army Corps of Engineers enforces that rule, and they told fourth-generation tree, grapevine, and wheat grower John Duarte he broke the law by simply plowing his land in rural Tehama County.
The Corps and EPA aren't trying to micromanage farmers. They're trying to stop farmers from farming their fields. They're trying to turn our farmland into habitat preservation. They are simply trying to chase us off of our land.
Farmers can work fields like Duarte's as long as they don't break the clay below the topsoil that keeps wetlands from draining. Duarte complied, but the Army Corps told Duarte to stop farming anyway. Duarte sued.
They're complaining that we've converted the 18 inches between furrow marks to an upland, and it is no longer a wetland. Even though we still have wetland vegetation, nothing has changed, except the Army Corps of Engineers doesn't like the fact that we plowed our land.
Representing Duarte is Tony Francois, a lawyer with the Pacific Legal Foundation.
Once Duarte brought that lawsuit, the Corps elevated what we consider to be a completely meritless bureaucratic enforcement investigation all the way to the Justice Department in Washington, D.C., which then brought a lawsuit for millions of dollars in penalties for basically plowing their field.
EPA Administrator Gina McCarthy has repeatedly said farmers will remain exempt from permitting requirements, but the Duarte case proves otherwise, environmental experts say.
Anybody who is being told by the EPA not to worry about the new Waters in the United States rule, they should be thinking about this case. If the EPA is telling you farming is exempt, so you should ignore this, the very thing they're telling you not to worry about is what they're suing Duarte Nursery for doing. Just plowing.
No matter what happens with the Duarte case, few farmers want to challenge the Army Corps of Engineers the way Duarte has. Too many fear retribution will follow if they speak up. California Farm Bureau President Paul Winger says things weren't always this way.
It used to be that we could have a vociferous debate and we would come up with conclusions that we could work towards. Today, we have overzealous regulators who utilize their authority and their power to really put down growers who maybe want to speak up and disagree with their viewpoints. It's unfortunate, but there are many more farmers that would have liked to have come out of the shadows, but were afraid to do so because of fear of retribution.
Meanwhile, California Farm Bureau member John Duarte is going to court. If he wins, it would go a long way towards stopping environmental abuse by government officials sworn to uphold the law of the land.